Welcome back, NACC fans. Big weekend to open up the 2020 portion of the season. A lot of big games, a lot of big wins, crucial wins, even though it's still early in the conference play. Uh, Marion at Benedictine. Benedictine took care of Marion by a score of 102 to 35. Kyle Graebner led with 22 points, followed by Eric Rigo with 20. Keegan Graebner with 10, and Chris Hester off the bench with 11. 14 Eagles scored. For Marion, led by Santino Fenici with 8. Logan Hamilton, Justin Wilson, and DeAndre Ross held to a combined 3 for 17. Marion was held to 22% from the field, 29% from 3, and 50% from the free throw line, while Benedictine shot 55% from the field, 55% from 3, and 70% from the free throw line. Benedictine scored 46 points in the paint, 36 points off of turnovers, 28 second chance points, 27 fast break points, and 41 bench points. Very convincing win for Benedictine, taking care of business at home. A big win on the road for Dominican. Went to Aurora and came away with an 81-69 win. Tyler Guest with another double-double for Dominican with 14 points and 11 rebounds. Jackson Smith led the Stars with 19. Dennis Handy with 13. And off the bench, Dylan Anderson with 18 points and 6 rebounds. Luke McDermott with a pretty good, solid game as a point guard with 6 assists and 0 turnovers. AU is led by Hashim Keys with 18 points. Jarek Hotwagner with a double-double, 10 and 10. Will Hughes with 12, and Rashad Johnson with 10 points off the bench. Dominican pretty much dominated in every statistical category. Won the rebounding advantage 41 to 38, 36 to 26 in points in the paint, 17 to 15 in points off of turnovers, 9 to 3 in second chance points, 12 to 5 in fast break points, and 24 to 17 in bench points, all in Dominican's advantage. Dominican did force 19 AU turnovers. On the afternoon, Aurora shot 36% from the field, 29% from 3, and 76% from the free throw line. Dominican on the road shot 45% from the field, 28% from the three-point line, and 62% from the free throw line. Edgewood went on the road to Wisconsin Lutheran. Wisconsin Lutheran held on for an 80-72 win at home. Wisconsin Lutheran was led by Alex Van Crete with a double-double, 18 points and 11 rebounds. Andrew Wojcik with 13, Andrew Brudnick with 11 and 8, Colin Biesterfield with 10, and Zach Zolliger producing, as always, with 12 points off the bench. Edgewood was led by Jake Nagus with 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists, and Avery Lyons was the other Edgewood Eagle in double digits with 11. Glad to see that Jake is back in playing and showing why he is a first team caliber player when he is back on the court. And it seems like he's pretty healthy thus far. Hopefully he can remain healthy for the remainder of the season. Wisconsin Lutheran did have an advantage in points in the paint, 44 to 32, 17-11 in points off of turnovers, 15 to 10 in second chance points, 10 to 2 in fast break, and 27 to 16 in bench points, as well as a 40 to 35 rebounding advantage. Edgewood shot 46% from the field, 42% from 3, and 62% from the free throw line. Wisconsin Lutheran shot similar percentages, 46% from the field, 42% from the three-point line, but 71% from the free throw line. In a double OT win, IIT took down Concordia 83 to 74. IIT got great production from Ahmad Muhammad with 31 points and 8 rebounds. Max Hizataki with another double-double, 12 points, 15 rebounds, and Miles Curry with 18-11. No surprise in the production from Max Hizataki and Miles Curry, who have been fairly consistent throughout the season thus far for IIT, but Ahmad Muhammad chipping in with 31. CU Dub was led by Jared Jers with 22 points and 5 rebounds. Jordan Johnson with 12 on 4 of 20 shooting, and Alex Antoni off the bench with 12 points. IIT did have the advantage of rebounding 55 to 40. No surprise here. Second chance points 12-8, and points off of turnovers 19-12 in IIT's favor. CU Dub's bench did outscore IIT 24-12. CU Dub on the road shot 38% from the field, 23% from the three, and 67% from the free throw line, while IIT shot 45% from the field, 24% from the three, and 51% from the free throw line. Lakeland traveled to MSOE. MSOE started off the year with a convincing 95-70 win over Lakeland, snapping Lakeland's 5-game winning streak. MSOE got production from a lot of players. Matt Kermsey with 22 points and 7 rebounds. Michael Petroff with 19 points and 8 rebounds. Travis Ballard with 10 points, and off the bench, Cam Mitchell with 16 and Sammy Lynn with 11 points and 7 rebounds. Lakeland was led by Tylen Huff with 14 points off the bench. Lakeland's big three of Jagan Piquis and Carlos Campos and Zach Hazenstein were a combined 7 for 26 for 19 points. MSOE dominated in every category, 50-28 in rebounding advantage, 62-20 in points in the paint, 14-11 in points off of turnovers, and 19-10 in second chance points. Lakeland had the advantage in bench points, 38-36, and 30-13 in fast break points. Lakeland on the road shot 37% from the field, 33% from three, and 64% from the free throw line. MSOE shot 53% from the field, 18% from the three-point line, and 88% from the free throw line. An exciting game at Rockford. Rockford took care of CUC at home 82-80. Ashton Singleton led the Regents with 21 points. Jamar Rivera with another double-double, 18 points and 12 rebounds. Nathaniel Sheed with 14, and Brandon Emmerich with 19 points off the bench. CUC was led by Rashawn Amos with 21 points and 11 rebounds, followed by Isaac Ruddle with 13, Charlie Resnikoff with 12, Exo Golding with 15 points and 5 assists off the bench. Rockford was without Cavante Shaw and Vincent Eugene. CUC was also without Landon Gladney and Jalen Meeks for the second game in a row. Rockford was down 53-44 at half. Rockford didn't win the rebounding battle 36-33. CUC did have a chance to tie it or win it at the end, but was forced into a turnover. CUC shot 45% from the field, 31% from three, and 75% from the free throw line, while Rockford shot 50% from the field, 38% from the three, and 68% from the free throw line. A lot of great games going on this week, starting with tomorrow night, January 7th. First NACC games of the week. Marion travels to Dominican. MSOE traveling to Benedictine. Aurora at Concordia, Chicago. Concordia, Wisconsin at Edgewood. Wisconsin Lutheran at IIT. And Rockford at Lakeland. Some really good games. Some games where teams can start creating some separation from other teams in the conference, but also can start solidifying themselves as the real deal. Marion at Dominican. Dominican playing extremely well right now, getting a lot of production from guys consistently. Jackson Smith being consistent. Tyler Guest being consistent. Dylan Anderson off the bench giving great production. Luke McDermott not doing a ton of scoring right now, but when you have a point guard that shares the basketball and gets easy shots for his teammates, but also the biggest thing he's doing right now is he's taking care of the basketball. It goes all the way back to the days when he was wearing goggles way back when he was a youngster hooping. MSOE at Benedictine, an interesting game here. MSOE with a convincing win over Lakeland over the weekend. Benedictine, the hottest team in the NACC. Anytime you go on the road, it's always going to be tough. So that'll be an interesting battle. MSOE at Benedictine. If MSOE can stay consistent and get solid production from 6 to 7 guys. Not saying all 6 or 7 have to be in double digits, but good production from those guys. Going on the road at a deep Benedictine team that had 14 guys score for them on Saturday. It'll be an interesting battle. Aurora traveling to CUC. Both teams with tough losses over the weekend. Anytime you go to Concordia, Chicago, it's never an easy game. So interesting to follow that one as well. CU Dub traveling to Edgewood. Edgewood, I feel like they're going to be a little bit different team than what they have been in the first half of the season. They have Jake Nagus back. Hopefully he can stay healthy now and stay on the court for the Eagles to finish out the season. Ben Seafield, didn't play on Saturday. Hopefully he's able to return tomorrow night. CU Dub getting great production from Jared Jers. Another team that gets great production from their starters. I think the difference in this one is going to be whose bench provides production for them. Wisconsin Lutheran at IIT. Throw the records out the window. This is a great matchup here. Wisconsin Lutheran's got a tough week. It starts off with IIT on the road. Can Wisconsin Lutheran prove to everybody else in the league that they are legit and there's a reason why they're sitting at the top of the conference right now? And they can do so by winning at IIT. Can IIT get production from a third and fourth player? Max Hizataki and Miles Curry are both going to get theirs. Not because they're selfish, but just because they're two very talented players. And anytime you can have players that can score, but also rebound the basketball and give second chance opportunities, it's pretty tough to do so. So, tough one for Wisconsin Lutheran, but I think it's a good matchup in different ways because Wisconsin Lutheran's been very consistent in getting production from a lot of different guys. Rockford at Lakeland. It's never easy to go on the road to Lakeland in midweek. Why is that? Well, for Rockford, it's a 3-hour bus ride. It's over winter break. Can they stay focused? Are they mentally tough enough to go on the road and win at Lakeland when they haven't done so since 2010? I think they're capable of it. Lakeland right now, when they get production from their big three of Jagan Pegues, Carlos Campos, and Zach Hazenstein, they've won a lot of games. There's a reason why they had a 5-game winning streak because those guys were playing very well and very consistent during those 5 games. Had a rough one over the weekend at MSUE, but I think at home they'll bounce back and show up. So I think that's going to be a pretty solid game. So you got great matchups top to bottom on Tuesday, January 7th. On Thursday, January 9th, CUC takes on Maranatha in a non-conference matchup. Maranatha used to be part of the NACC back in the early days, early existence when the conference first formed. So they travel to CUC. And then on Saturday, NACC action returns. Lakeland at IIT, Concordia Chicago at Dominican, big rival River Forest Division Street rivalry. Benedictine at Wisconsin Lutheran, Marion at Concordia, Wisconsin, MSOE at Edgewood, and Rockford at Aurora. Lakeland got IIT earlier on the first round. Again, traveling to IIT, having to deal with the double-headed monster of Max Hizataki and Miles Curry. They have IIT has the inside advantage. Lakeland, they've gotten good production from their guards. If they can get that good production, maybe they'll be able to counter a little bit with some 3-point shooting to combat a little bit of the inside difference. Big rivalry game, CUC at Dominican. It's a big game, and I know both institutions take this game very seriously in a rivalry. Here, CUC, hopefully Landon Gladney and Jalen Meeks are able to return. If not, they still have a lot of production because they've had guys that have been in and out of starting lineup, playing 6 or 7, 8 guys. But they are missing 2 of their top players right now, and anytime you have the second leading scorer of the conference out, it's a big hurt. But it is a rivalry game. Dominican's playing really well. Probably one of the hottest teams in the conference right now, regardless of their record. Again, at home, it'll be a big energy game. Benedictine and Wisconsin Lutheran. Both of my games of the week have to do with Wisconsin Lutheran because of their opponents, IIT during the week, and then on the weekend they host Benedictine. At home, Wisconsin Lutheran plays extremely well. And again, when they've gotten consistent production from a lot of different guys, and they're playing really good basketball right now. Same thing with Benedictine. You got two deep teams here. Bench production is huge. Curious to see on matchups and things like that. But you got two potential NACC Players of the Year playing this game. Andrew Brudnick for Wisconsin Lutheran and Eric Grigo for Benedictine. Marion traveling to Concordia, Wisconsin. Concordia, Wisconsin playing really well despite the double OT loss to IIT over the weekend. Marion had a tough weekend with Benedictine. But at Concordia, Wisconsin, Marion is a team that plays hard all the time, regardless of what the score is. So it's not going to be easy, but CU Dub can get great production from their starters and then get one or two guys to chip in off the bench. Look for CU Dub to play extremely well on Saturday. MSOE at Edgewood. Again, if everybody's healthy for both teams, this is a great matchup. MSOE got great production from 5-6 guys on Saturday against Lakeland, and it led to a 25-point win. Edgewood, despite coming up just short at Wisconsin Lutheran, but when you return a first-team all-conference player in Jake Nagus, hopefully Ben Seafield's back for him. You got two all-conference type players right there at home. It's going to be another good matchup. And then Rockford took down Aurora at Rockford last time on a 3-game winning streak against the Spartans. Again, Rockford playing well. Was without two starters on Saturday against Concordia, Chicago. Hopefully they are back this week for Rockford. And then Aurora kind of been up and down. They've gotten good production from various guys throughout the season. Different guys have stepped up at different times. But I just don't think they've quite put it all together yet. It's still early in the season. We're almost at midpoint. But with so many conference games left, we still have going into this week, still has 14 conference games left. And, still plenty of time for Aurora to turn it around. They're a team that can get hot, with their defense and what they do defensively and how they shoot it from the three. They can get hot, and all of a sudden, they're rolling off 5, 6, 7 straight wins. But Rockford at Aurora, again, 3-game winning streak going into this one for Rockford over the Spartans. But anytime you travel to Aurora, it's never easy. So I think it's going to be another tough battle in that game between both teams. Can Rockford continue to stay at the top and prove why they're one of the top teams in the conference this year? In order to do that, for everybody in the conference, if you want to solidify your spot, you got to take care of business on the road. And like I said, great matchups all week. Again, if you want to watch them, whether it's live streaming or following live stats, you can go to each individual's athletic homepage, click on schedule, and everybody provides a link, whether they're home or away. So great matchups throughout the week. Kicking off tomorrow, January 7th, with Marion at Dominican, MSOE at Benedictine, Aurora at Concordia, Chicago, Concordia, Wisconsin at Edgewood, Wisconsin Lutheran at IIT, Rockford at Lakeland. And then on Thursday, January 9th, Maranatha travels to Concordia, Chicago. And then on Saturday, January 11th, Lakeland at IIT, Concordia, Chicago at Dominican, Benedictine at Wisconsin Lutheran, Marion at Concordia, Wisconsin, MSOE at Edgewood, and Rockford at Aurora. Again, I appreciate it. I've gotten a lot of feedback from this podcast. I appreciate everyone that takes the time to listen to it, and hopefully, we can continue to get a lot of attention on a great conference that's filled with great players, great coaches. But the best thing about it is there's a lot of great people that are in this conference, and hopefully I continue to stay. And I'm excited to watch the games and follow them this week.